it was a weird day at the White House today where our First Lady, Melania Trump, hosted the second day of her global summit titled Fostering the Future Together, which is basically a commercial for AI in education. And she made quite an entrance. You can see they really are looking for the future because she had an unusual escort. One of those robots is Melania, okay?
The White House was expecting headlines about artificial intelligence. Instead, social media couldn't stop talking about the entrance. During the second day of First Lady Melania Trump's summit on artificial intelligence and education, cameras captured her walking alongside humanoid robots as she entered the event. The futuristic display immediately caught the attention of viewers and late-night television. Jimmy Kimmel opened his monologue by joking that the audience couldn't immediately tell which one was Melania. As the robots escorted her into the venue, Kimmel quipped that the White House really was looking toward the future. The audience laughed because the unusual visual practically looked like something from a science fiction movie.
The future of AI is personified. It will be formed in the shape of humans. Very soon, artificial intelligence will move from our mobile phones to humanoids that deliver utility.
Did she say utility or fertility? Because that is competition in the bedroom her husband does not need. Maybe someday we will have a robot president. You know, couldn't be worse than what we have right now.
But the jokes were only getting started. The summit focused on the growing role of artificial intelligence in everyday life, with speakers discussing how AI could eventually move beyond smartphones and computers into humanoid robots capable of assisting people in homes, schools, and workplaces. Kimmel immediately found an opening. After hearing a speaker describe the future of humanoid robots delivering utility, he jokingly asked whether she had actually said fertility. The audience burst into laughter as he imagined robots competing in situations far beyond household chores. He then pushed the joke even further, saying that maybe America would someday have a robot president before adding that, in his opinion, it couldn't be worse than what we have right now. The line drew loud applause from the studio audience, illustrating once again how quickly political comedy can emerge from an otherwise technical discussion about artificial intelligence. Then Kimmel shifted.
And anyone who has been present for conversations with President Trump knows he actively seeks and solicits the opinions of everyone in the room and expects full-throated honesty from all his top advisors. That sounds like him, right? I mean, this is the guy who said, I know more about ISIS than all the generals. That's Donald, very collaborative Donald Trump.
His attention back to Donald Trump himself. Kimmel referenced statements from administration officials, describing President Trump as someone who welcomes honest advice from everyone around him and encourages open discussion among his senior advisors. Kimmel responded with heavy sarcasm. He reminded viewers of Trump's past remarks expressing confidence in his own judgment, including occasions when Trump said he knew more about certain subjects than many experts. Pretending to take the White House description literally, Kimmel joked that Trump was very collaborative, prompting another round of laughter from the audience. The humor came from contrasting the official description with Trump's well-known public style of speaking. The AI summit itself reflected how rapidly artificial intelligence has become part of political conversation. Once viewed mainly as a technology issue, AI is now discussed in education, national security, healthcare, manufacturing, and economic policy. Governments around the world are debating how to encourage innovation while also addressing concerns about privacy, employment, misinformation, and public safety. Humanoid robots have become one of the most visible symbols of that future. Although many remain in the early stages of development, companies continue demonstrating machines capable of walking, speaking, interacting with people, and performing simple tasks. For supporters of AI investment, these technologies represent enormous opportunities for education and economic growth. Critics caution that rapid technological progress also raises important ethical and social questions. Late-night comedians naturally approach these topics from a different perspective. Rather than debating engineering or regulation, they focus on unusual images and memorable moments. Watching a First Lady walk beside humanoid robots provided exactly the type of visual comedy that late-night television thrives upon. The political jokes that followed reflected another familiar pattern. Whenever an administration describes its leadership in glowing terms, comedians often compare those descriptions with previous public statements and invite audiences to judge the contrast for themselves. Supporters of President Trump frequently argue that late-night television has become overwhelmingly critical of conservative politicians and rarely gives equal attention